What is up, evening tokers, afternoon inhalers, and AM hookah smokers? Ooh, I got it right there. This is the AM Hookah Podcast. I am your humble host, Matt. Joined with me, as always, is my wonderful co-host, Adrian. How are you doing this week, man?
I'm doing well for a Monday, dude.
Are you doing well for a Monday?
I'm doing well for a Monday.
It has been
Mondays can only be so good.
It has been a crazy Monday for me, and I need to lower that so I can hear you better, because I have a new setup and I'm trying to figure out all the kinks, and hopefully, should we even say anything? Should we just like hope that we don't jinx it?
Nope, let's jinx it.
Let's jinx it. That's terrifying to me. I don't want to jinx nothing. I just hope that we don't hear any funny, funky sounds. But
hold on. I can hear myself.
What? You can hear yourself?
Yes.
No bueno.
Not anymore. I just could for a second.
Okay, great. If you are viewing this, we actually have more viewers to start off the episodes this time than we ever have prior. So that's exciting news. There's an achievement that we have reached for any of you Xbox gamers. It looks like you don't like Xbox?
No, not a fan.
Now
I can hear myself again.
Okay, hold on. I have an idea. I have an idea. We're going to not take a break, but I'm going to do this.
Matt's destroying everything.
How about that?
Let me see. Nope, can't hear myself anymore. Can you hear me?
Okay. I can't hear you. Can you hear me, though? That's the important thing, because I can't hear myself anymore, and I actually really like to hear myself talk.
I can hear you very well.
Okay, so as long as you can hear me, that's all that actually matters. I can't hear myself, so that's whatever. But okay, so we're going to go ahead and talk about a couple of things. I need to pull the notes up. But thank you guys so much for joining us. Eric, what is up? So nice to see you here joining us for the AM Hookah Podcast, live at 5 Idaho time, 7 o'clock Detroit time, and 4 p.m. TAM time. And we're going to have a fun show. This is going to be an interesting show because we have a lot to talk about. Obviously, last week, for the very first episode of Season 1, we spoke to Tam from Superior Coca-Cola. I like to say it like that. I don't know if that's weird or not, but I like to say it like that. So we didn't get to go over the normal kind of stuff that we talk about. So today, we're going to be talking about a couple other things. We're going to be talking about this right here, tobacco. Tobacco, that is what makes our hookahs go smoky. I don't know why I'm acting like this. I apologize. So this is Azure. This is Azure Blonde Line. As you can see, Adrian, what kind of pack would you call that?
It looks like you went for a kind of a loose normal pack, if I had to take a guess.
Okay, well, you're wrong, just so you know. This is a dense pack. I just want to make sure that we...
That's a fluffy looking dense pack you got there, buddy.
Well, yeah, of course. It's a fluff dense. You've never done a fluff dense? Master level. Sorry, you're
going to jail.
You have to be on a certain level to get on this sort of stuff right here. Just, hot takes right here is what I'm going to call it. Hookah and hot pockets is what Eric says. That's awesome. Hey, Sid, how are you doing listening to us in London? So this is Azure. This is a fluff normal pack. This is just kind of a fluffy normal pack, obviously. I'm going to go ahead and tinfoil it. I wanted to show you what it looked like and how I like to pack the Blonde Line, and then I'm going to start smoking it in front of y'all so you know exactly what is going on. That is what my setup is for the most part when it comes to the tobacco. The bowl that I'm using is actually this awesome, it's called the HC Micro Black Edition, and it's clay on the outside that's unglazed, and then on the inside it was glazed. But it is such a cool bowl, and it's a really nice micro small bowl that I really, really enjoy using. What is your setup for the day, Adrian?
Well, full disclosure, I'm not smoking Azure right now because last week I just got done with I did a first impressions on all 7 of the Azure samples I have, and that was 7 days in a row. So I'm a little burnt out on just smoking Azure, and I only have time to smoke 1 bowl today, so I'm just smoking some pink grapefruit and cane by Tangiers in my fudge bowl with the Provost, 2 cubes, titaniums, Atlantis 1.0 short by Starbuzz with the custom hose that was gifted to me on the THL Secret Santa by Derek Moses, and my cool custom like smoke hookah handle that you probably can't read.
Well, that's badass. I'm going to be smoking with 2 cubes as well, but I'm going to be using my Superior Coca-Cola cubes with the Provost. I'm going to be throwing the lid on as well, especially because I was so nervous because we were not starting. Well, we were starting a little bit earlier than obviously normal. Hey, Akeem is here as well. Akeem, thank you so much for joining us. Happy to see you. Let me know if everything is sounding good to you guys listening in the YouTube verse, obviously. But I was so scared that I was going to miss an opportunity to get the full effect of my hot coals. because I was like letting them sit on my tray, and it was irritating me. It was giving me anxiety to like look at the coals on the coal burner. They were done, ready to go, and I couldn't do anything about it, and it was freaking me out. Tristan, what is up? Thank you so much for joining us. If you missed it, which you might have, I don't know. I am smoking Azure Blonde line. This is the Pina Colada that I'm actually smoking. Killing it because it's all that I have left of the Azure. So, Adrian, if you don't mind talking a little bit, I'm going to put this on top of my bowl, or on top of my hookah at the moment.
Yeah, go for it. I was actually going to ask Matt a question just now because he did say that his coals are burning down. But any of you guys in chat, I don't know if you've done this, but have any of you ever tried taking your coals off the burner for like a minute and a half before actually putting them up on your bowl? Because I find that the bowl will burn a little bit more cleanly. Because the coal burner typically burns at a much higher temperature than your coal should be burning at room temperature. So let me know what you guys think. What's up, Matt?
So you're smoking pink grapefruit, and we haven't had a chance to talk about it very much because I know you brought it up last time, but we had an interview with Tam from Superior Coca-Cola. If you haven't watched the first episode of the new season, please go do that because it was a lot of fun. Plus, we're doing a giveaway. We're doing a giveaway of the Superior Coconut Coals. If you would like to find more information, I don't have the link yet in the description down here, but I do have the link in the last video, and I will have the link eventually here as well. So trying Cocoa Earths for the first time, so good. I want to try Cocoa Earths, that's for sure. But
Sid has found that. So while you were gone,
okay,
I asked them about, because you're saying that your coals were on your where would you put coals when they're not in the burner? You got a little coal carrier or something?
Yes, I have, yes.
Okay, I just asked chat if I do this thing where I take my coals off and let them acclimate to room temperature for like a minute before putting them on the bowl, because I find that if I take them right off the burner, the session starts off a little hotter than I want it to. Do you do that?
I don't. I usually throw them on my bowl, and I start blowing on them instantly. I'm just like, I set them down there, and I'm like, heat up.
Okay, yeah. I just wanted to give you some context on Akeem's comment because it seems that he does the same thing as me.
Okay, I'm trying to get this bad boy started. I will get some good clouds eventually. But about your pink grapefruit, I want to hear what your thoughts are on it because I love pink grapefruit. It is one of my, man, it is a top 3, if not top 5 flavor from Tangiers for me. It is so damn good. It tastes like Ruby Red, the drink, and it is so strong and flavorful. It gives a good buzz. At least the Norline used to give me a little bit of a buzz. So I haven't had it in a very long time. So let me know, is it still as good as it used to be?
It is. Now, I might be a little biased because I'm coming off of, I do a lot of Alfaca grapefruit and even the grapefruit iced tea from Alfacama. But this is the second dark leaf grapefruit I've ever tried. I also tried the grapefruit mash by KFC. And the flavor, it's exactly like you said, that ruby red flavor. It's super full flavor. And I've got it packed at like 60-40 because I want it to be super minty with the cane. And still, the grapefruit is cutting through and it's sharp. It has this really nice throat hit that I've come to really enjoy from Tangiers.
Akeem is smoking Trifecta. Akeem, I don't remember. I could be wrong. Remind me if I am, please. But you were mainly smoking AF and something else, but I don't think you had tried Trifecta yet. And I believe me and Adrian suggested that you should be smoking Trifecta. Let me know if I'm wrong about that or not. And also, don't just tell us you're smoking Trifecta. What are you smoking from Trifecta?
Yeah, is it dark? Is it blonde? What are you doing, man? That's like one of my favorite brands.
Is it Mediterranean mint? I don't know.
Dirty mint.
Dirty.
Anyone who's had the chance to get their hands on dirty mint, oh man, it's so good.
I have not.
Have you tried it, Matt?
I have not. Is it good? What? I want to hear about it. Tell me about dirty mint.
Have you ever had Twice the Ice?
I have not. And yes, I know.
You're missing out on 2 really good mints.
I know.
Dirty mint's like the dark leaf version of Twice the Ice, which is just a super potent mint flavor. It's got a little bit of menthol, a little bit of peppermint. It's just a very strong mint.
I hear nothing but good things, obviously. I just tried Ubermint for the first time from Black Lava. Last episode, I was actually smoking on it. I'm all out of it now, but Ubermint from Black Lava, ooh, that is a strong, tasty mint. Yes. I can't compare it to Twice the Ice or anything, but I can tell you it's super, super good. Tristan says...
J-Rock.
Yes.
On the house.
Ooh, hi, J-Rock. How's it going? Nice to see you again. What are you smoking if you are smoking? Sid says that she has ordered dark leaf lychee from Trifecta. Akeem says, yes, you're right. Haha, it's a mango smoothie. I've not tried mango smoothie. Have you tried mango smoothie yet? So I'm assuming that's blonde line, correct?
I would assume. I've tried just about everything in the dark line and I haven't come across that. So I'm pretty sure it's blonde. I need to try more blonde Trifecta flavors.
Very good stuff. Obviously, we won't spend too much time on it because Trifecta is a household name at this point. But I've not tried the lychee from the dark blind. I will tell you that I love the lychee from Lavu. So if you are looking for a lychee to try after you try this lychee, maybe go and pick up yourself some Lavu, because I thought it was very, very good. Personally, I thought it was very good. Okay, now moving on. Oh yes, he says it is Blonde Leaf actually. So let's go ahead and talk about what we were doing last week. Now, because we're not doing a every other 2-week show, also in the comments at all times, be asking questions, throw out whatever you want to talk about, and I'll make sure to keep an eye on it. I don't know if you have the chat up too, Adrian.
Right in front of me. Yep.
Okay, same here. So we'll both see it. Let us know if there's something you want to cover or talk about, obviously. But yes, we are going to be talking about what we did last week. Now, I have something to talk about. It's sad. I'd like your sympathy or your tobacco, either one. I'll accept either one. My Switch died. My Nintendo Switch is dead. It's gone.
That's so bad. That's no good.
I had to send it to Nintendo. I'm Switchless. My mother-in-law, God bless her soul, she bought me a third-party portable dock that surged my Switch, so it was unable to charge or be used anymore, and now it's gone and dead and off to Switch heaven, and I'm waiting for it to come back, and that's the most sad / exciting thing that I have to say about my last week. What about you, Adrian? Anything exciting?
It's exciting. Less exciting. I guess it's exciting for people who are interested in Azure. But last week on my main channel, Pipe Dream Hookah, I did 7 days in a row of uploading my first impressions on the 7 different Azure flavors I had. So if anyone wants to go in depth on any of these Azure flavors that we don't touch on here, you can go check that out. But beyond that, the little bit of time that I had that wasn't just working or working on my channel, you cough like a punk, or just working on my channel, I was actually playing some games. I'm a new PC gamer because now I have a PC that can play PC games, and I've been playing a crap load of Shovel Knight. I know that's an old game. I've been playing a lot of Hollow Knight, and I just got Undertale, and I know I'm late to that party too.
Now I don't play Undertale, but I have heard very good things about it. So first, before I even give your comment a second look, Eric, just so we're both, I see you, Eric, I see you. I see you. And Akeem, yes, sad face. And no, Tristan, I'm not using my Mason Bowl. I forgot it was Monday, and I should be using my Mason Bowl. I don't know what I'm doing. Anytime that I smoke with Adrian, I have to use the Mason Bowl just to rub it. Are you, Tristan? Are you using your Mason Bowl? That's the real question. But talking about PC gaming real quick, and then we'll move on to hookah stuff, I swear. You play Steam games, correct? You get all your games off Steam, I'm assuming?
Yeah, just super basic.
And have you ever played Prison Architect?
No. Should I play Prison Architect, Matt?
Oh, only if you want to lose your life. My goodness, I love Prison Architect. It's so much freaking fun. You run your own prison, and you get to starve your inmates. And Tristan, I tried Fortnite for the very first time on PC, and it is so much fun. That's a great game. Have you tried Fortnite? I don't know why I'm talking like this.
I don't either, but no, I haven't tried Fortnite. What is Fortnite? What is the game? What is its genre?
It is a third-person shooter, and there's 2 modes. I've only tried the 1 mode on it, but it's called Battle Royale, and it's 100 people, everyone versus everyone. Or you can do duos or squads, but I've only done everyone versus everyone. Akeem says, I love that game, and I'm assuming, I don't know if you're talking about Prison Architect or not, but if you are, Akeem, please say that, because I want to hear somebody else loving Prison Architect. But Fortnite is 100 players, everybody versus everybody.
Whoa. See, I'm not a big fan. I'm a weird guy. I don't play any shooters at all. I'm more into side-scrolling, old-school 8-bit video games. That's kind of my thing. If I'm going to play a nice new game, I usually play something from Nintendo, like you do. So obviously, Shovel Knight and Hollow Knight are right up my alley.
I don't anymore. I don't for the foreseeable future. And Akeem did love Prison Architect. Akeem, right here, man. We got each other. I feel you. I feel you. Titans, the Tennessee Titans. My football team of choice. I grew up in Tennessee in 1997. Lived there for 3 years, and then moved back to Idaho. Always been watching them. I like their organization. I love Steve McNair and Eddie George back in the day. And today, I love Marcus Mariota, Rashard Matthews, Delaney Walker. I really do like DeMarco Murray a ton. Derrick Henry, obviously. But I do have to say that the Patriots like to pay their referees so that they can win football games. So screw the New England Patriots. Right here. I'm saying it. Screw you, Tom Brady. Screw you. They beat the Titans in the divisional round of the playoffs. Titans made the playoffs for the first time in 10 years. They won their first playoff game in 14 years. So it's been a hell of a ride, and it's been a fun time to watch football for myself. But yeah, we won't talk too much about football because I don't want to talk about politics. But moving on to we already talked about our setup. What have you been smoking, Adrian? Let's move on and let's get into the flow of the actual Hookah podcast now. We're done with video games. We're done with football. Thank you, Eric, for bringing up traumatic memories. And everybody go play Prison Architect. That's what we have to take away from this last part. Oh, and Shovel Knight, which I've never tried either. So call me crazy.
Play that game. That game is awesome.
I know.
The co-op is awesome too.
I need to buy it already. I know. So, but Adrian, let's go ahead and talk about what we have been smoking. Besides your 7 days of nothing but Azure, what are you smoking?
Let's see here. Well, right now, like I was saying, I'm smoking my Tangiers mix of the pink grapefruit and cane. But other than that, recently I just smoked some, I'm looking at it right now, Alfaker Citrus Mint, because tonight the Alfaker series, the first Alfaker series review on my channel is getting dropped and it's on Citrus Mint. So I smoked a bunch of that and some Alchemist. Other than that, it's just been the Azure, man, just a ton of Azure.
Yeah, I've been loving Azure. I love Citrus Mint, by the way, from Alfaker. I don't know if you guys in the comments are big Alfaker fans, as you should be, because you should start where the best stuff began. So don't smoke any Nocla. I'm just kidding. Nocla's fine. But Citrus Mint, man, I remember when you used to want to smoke a Citrus Mint from Alfaker, you'd buy orange, and then you'd go and get mint, and then you'd mix them together. But they did this whole thing where they added mint to everything, like grapefruit mint, orange mint, citrus mint. And honestly, they did such good proportions of everything. I was so happy for them. I enjoy it.
It's just a great standalone if you don't feel like putting any work into packing a bowl. Alfaker Citrus Mint, spoiler for the Alfaker series, I guess. For any of you who don't know, it's going to be a lemon-orange mint flavor, prominent in the orange. Lemon hits on the background and in the exhale. But it's a super good flavor, and they do have an orange mint as well. But yeah, I find that all of the mint flavors from Alfaker, the proportions are great. You can just pack it by itself. No reason to really mix too much.
J-Rock says that he just finished smoking AF Cherry and Lemon with a touch of fresh mint. I want to try this fresh mint. Have you tried fresh mint from Alfaker yet? Have you seen this?
I have the review on Alfaker Fresh up, but it wasn't fresh mint, but there were mint notes in the Alfaker Fresh.
Have you heard that they have a new flavor? It's called fresh mint. There's a few people that have it. I've seen pictures of it. I'm not crazy, I don't think. And
I wonder if it's just the fresh flavor mixed with mint, like one of their mint series.
How would that? You've tried fresh. I've never tried fresh. What do you think? How would that be?
I think it would be very good because the little bit of cooling effect that does come across in the AF Fresh flavor, it's definitely in the background. And the flavor comes across a lot like the Blue Mist from Starbucks with a little bit of extra coconut in there. But
I love this sound. This sounds delicious right now.
It's actually really, really good. And it could do with some more mint. So if that's what they're doing, then props to them because that would be a good flavor.
Eric is actually packing grapefruit mint right now, so you know he has good taste. And by the way, Eric, I'm a Vikings fan for the rest of this thing because if the Vikings win, I win $240, and because the Vikings knocked off the Saints, I got a free lunch. So, way to go, Vikings! Let's go, Purple People Eaters. That's all I got to say. Let's see. J-Rock says it's from their gold line. The golden fresh mint AF is what Sid says that she has. I saw fresh mint as just being pure AF and not from the golden line is the box that I saw. I'll have to try and find it. And also Akeem says fresh mint is the bomb. And I trust Akeem. So I'm going to have to, I trust you too, Adrian, I do. But Akeem said it, so I'm going to probably follow what he says, basically.
If it's in the gold line, I'm picking it up for sure because their gold line has some outstanding flavors. I haven't touched any of them because I'm in the middle of like the original line reviews right now. But I've had their golden Esconderani apple and their Barani apple and the golden grape, all stellar flavors. So I'm going to pick that up.
Now, did you or did anybody in the chat ever try? Oh, Eric says he'll adopt me. I appreciate that, Eric. Thank you. I need to get some purple shirts or something to rock on these next couple of Sundays. But now, if you or anybody in the chat, have you guys ever tried the arena flavors and or the special edition flavors? I never tried any of the arena flavors or the special edition flavors from AF. Did you ever try any of them?
I've had hot ice.
Hot ice. It's cinnamon and mint, probably.
No, it's kind of weird. I vaguely remember it, but I don't know where they're getting the hot from. I think there's some cinnamon in there. I think there's some mint, maybe some blueberry. It was a long time ago. Probably one of the first Alfaker flavors I ever tried. It was my buddy's.
Sid says that she just got done smoking Nocla Double Apple, Starbuzz Apple Idoro, and Trifecta Ruby. And the golden line is the one. So had a ton of special editions, she said. So that's awesome. Now, was it Arena? Was that the other brand or other offshoot that they had for a while? Was Arena?
Yeah, they had Arena, which was pretty short-lived, but right now I think they're rocking the original line, the special, and all the special is for anyone who's curious. They actually don't change the way they process the tobacco at all. It is the same exact quality as the Alfaka original series. They just go really deep into mixing different flavors. It's not just like berry mint or berry with grape. They get kind of crazy with their mixing. And then the golden line is obviously a undyed. They spend more time on quality control, and the flavors tend to be pretty potent. They take heat a little bit better as well.
I'll have to get myself some of these other AFs because I am a big AF fan, obviously. Growing up with it and smoking a ton of it, AF Berry is my jam. Oh my gosh. When are you going to do an AF Berry review? Have you done AF Berry? No, you haven't yet, right?
If you I mean, I take requests, so I'm doing all of the Alfaka reviews.
Please do
but if you want Berry, I'll pick it up this weekend and do the review on next Monday after next.
I love AF Berry. Back in the day was like my desert island flavor. Like if I got stuck on a desert island, AF Berry is what I would want to have with me at all times. I used to mainline that flavor. I kid you not.
All right, well, it's confirmed. The Pipe Dream Hookah Alfaka Series number 8 is going to be an AF Berry.
Very cool. Very cool. So I have been smoking a bunch of Azure as well. I also have been smoking a lot of Black Lava. Now, I spoke to Christopher Jones, and I had him send me out some come on, focus, you damn camera. I don't know why that's doing that. I apologize. Technical difficulties, as always, because that's what we are known for here on the AM Hookah podcast. So I spoke to Christopher Jones, and I had him send me out a bunch of Black Lava flavors. Obviously, the Uber Mint, which I was a huge fan of. The Horchata, which I was a fan of, but I felt like it died out a little bit too quickly. I'm going to talk to him about it and see his thoughts on it just to get more feedback to him and stuff. Because I liked the flavor that I got. I just thought it died out a little bit faster than I personally would have liked it to die out more than anything. Let's see, what else did I try? Oh, I tried his cantaloupe. It was just called cantaloupe, and it was a really good cantaloupe, but it was really blah in the fact that it only tasted like cantaloupe. I wanted more sweetness to it. It tasted way too much like and this sounds weird, but it tasted way too natural.
You said the same thing about Trifecta's Dark Lime. You seem to have an aversion to that.
Yeah, the Dark Lime, which was sweeter, mind you, and it was good because of how close it was replicating what it was talking about. At the same time, there's nothing to it, you know. I mixed the cantaloupe with the mint, and that was good, but the mint was much better as a flavor to smoke than the cantaloupe was to me personally. Let's see, what else did I get I got this one called Blue Frog, and it was like a sweet and it was almost like a candy flavor. It was really, really good. I need to find out what's all inside of that because I'd like to pass on and tell people to go search for that one as well. I also have Tristan. I also have the banana cream pie. I haven't tried it yet. I need to load that up. I'm probably going to smoke that tonight. That's my plan for this evening, is to try the banana cream pie, which I know Tristan has been loving. I see him smoking it all the time. Let's see. Sid says that not a huge fan of the plain berry, but special edition berry blend is what she likes a lot. I've never tried the berry blend, like I said, but I love just regular berry. And then J-Rock says the arena flavors are the special edition flavors. They're just revamped because the flavors came out really bad in the arena line, is what he's saying.
That makes sense. I don't remember enjoying the hot ice flavor all that much. All right, cool.
Okay, so I guess since we talked about what we've been smoking, let's go ahead and move on to the topic of the show. Please, guys, feel free to ask any questions. We're going to be taking all sorts of questions because we're going to be talking about this brand right here, Azure. There you go, Azure. Let's see if I can get that to focus. Okay, yeah, there we go. So I'm smoking the Pina Colada right now. Me and you both tried 7 flavors. I think we both tried 3 of the dark and 4 of the blonde line or the golden line. Let's go ahead and talk about them a little bit. First, let's go ahead and just jump. Let's not cut any corners or anything. What are the best flavors out of the 7 that you tried? I know they're all impression based because we didn't smoke enough to say like this is the star of the show or anything. But out of your first impressions, obviously you're done smoking all of them, which is cool. But which ones were your standout flavors?
Well, okay, so right off the bat, I'm holding 6 flavors in front of me because the 7th flavor, which was my favorite, I'm out of, and that would be the Carolina Peach. The Carolina Peach was just such a good peach flavor. It tasted like peach rings with a little bit of a natural peach flavor on the exhale. Really rich flavor, and really, I couldn't burn it. The Azure Blonde line at least takes heat really, really well. And then as far as some of my other favorite flavors that I was given, the chai masala from the dark line, absolutely outstanding. I was a little bit underwhelmed by things like the cherry muffin. The cherry flavors were kind of weird for me. The red gummy bear was good, and actually Moscow Never Sleeps is an outstanding flavor.
Yes, talk more about Moscow Never Sleeps. I really enjoyed the review of that, but let's go a little bit deeper into that one just because it's such a unique name, obviously. So there's some interesting notes to it. But talk about Moscow Never Sleeps. Let's hear your more in-depth thoughts of it.
Okay, so when I was testing it, I couldn't really pinpoint the flavor. Again, I only have 50 grams. But what I really got was this weird metally, it almost tasted like an alcoholic drink type of a flavor, kind of like Russian Mule by Alchemist, which is supposed to be a Moscow Mule. So that's initially what I thought it was, but the more I smoke it, the more I think I'm getting berry notes kind of in the background. But if I had to give you an idea of what it tastes like, roughly, it just kind of comes across as this really nice sweet mix. It's got a little bit of mint in the background, and I think we've got some berries, cherries, and maybe even some lemon. It's kind of like a fruit cocktail almost.
That one sounds, I don't know, it just sounds so intriguing. I also like the fact that everything that you can get in the blonde line, you can get in the dark line, vice versa. So I like that they're not trying to segregate their lines by only having certain flavors as being certain line specific. You can get anything as anything, which I think is a really cool idea because too often a trifecta, for instance, nothing against trifecta, mind you, but trifecta does that. Like you can only get Indian Cure in the dark leaf line. You can only get lime in the dark leaf line, but you can only get things like ruby in the blonde line. You can only get things like, man, what are some other ones that are escaping my head at the moment?
Twice the Ice, Lemon Mint, P3, those are all exclusively blonde line flavors, whereas Morning Glory, Lychee, stuff like that is only dark leaf flavors. And I think the reason that Trifecta does that and the way they get away with it is their dark line performs extremely well, and all of their dark line flavors have this really kind of a nice, not tobacco note, but this really hearty, deep flavor in the background that's kind of hard to personify. But a lot of the flavors in the dark line, like for instance, their Morning Glory, I don't think would translate very well in their fluke-cured blonde line.
I was going to say, I don't think that Enigma, for instance, would work as well as being blonde leaf. Enigma dark leaf line is so very good, and I don't think it would be nearly as good if you were to use that as the blonde leaf. I could be completely wrong, but I think the tobacco notes and the darkness to it really helps bring out some of the, well, Enigma is such a weird flavor because it's almost like a sage or like a basil. It's like... Yeah,
I've heard it has basil in it. Yep.
Oh, it's so tasty. Love Enigma so much. And Tristan says that he says, Matt, you need BCP. And I'm assuming he means banana cream pie and not like back Central Pacific, because I don't think that makes sense. But no, yeah, so make any sense. I will be trying some banana cream pie, and I'll tag you in my post, and I'll be using my mason bowl tonight, Adrian. I will be using my mason bowl tonight.
I'm turning off Facebook for the night.
Okay.
I don't want to see it.
So some of the best flavors that I had out of the ones that I tried, my favorite one in the dark leaf line was by far the lemongrass. I thought lemongrass was just a huge standout flavor. It was a wonderful floral, sweet flavor that had a lot of complexity to it. You tasted a little bit of lemon, you tasted a little bit of floral, almost like a rose type flavor to it, and it just had such a good, lasting taste to it. Like the entire session from start to finish continually tasted good. It was the best performing of the dark leaf that I had. I don't know if I just packed it really good on the 2.5 bowls that I tried with it, but like every time I smoked it, it smoked absolutely fantastic. The Cocoa Mania, for instance, was a really sweet flavor, and I like sweet flavors, I really do, but it wasn't anything that was like special or something that I wanted to write home about, but it was just a really good overall flavor. The other dark leaf one that I had was called Barista's Choice, which was basically like a mocha flavor. And it was a good mocha flavor. It reminded me a little bit of the Starbuzz Vintage Tiramisu, which is a good mocha flavor too, but just nothing stand out in my opinion. The best of the blonde leaf, I smoked the blue melon, and I smoked all 3 bowls of that instantaneously, like one after another, basically. I ran out of that first very quickly. And then my second favorite one in the blonde line that I tried was the Winter Rose. My goodness, you all need to try Winter Rose because it is so damn good. If you've ever tried Static Starlight from not Starbuzz, my apologies, Tangiers, which is like a grape rose flavor. It's so good. The winter rose was, oh my gosh, good. It was a mint floral flavor that has so much taste to it that when I mixed it with a couple other things, it came out so well that it added extra complexity to anything that I put it into. So it just made it so enjoyable. The other, oh, and I got pina colada, which I'm smoking right now, which is good. It actually has way more of a, let me think. It's not just pineapple. When you smell it, you get more pineapple taste to it, but when you smoke it, you get a really nice fruit cocktail kind of taste to it, honestly, where it's a lot of different fruits all coming through at once, and it has a really nice sweet tropical taste to it. You kind of have like a papaya or like a, not a mango necessarily, but just a lot of like tropical style fruits inside of it as well. And then the other one that I had was called Tropical Paradise, which was another really good sweet flavor. You know, sometimes when it comes to hookah tobacco, correct me if you think I'm wrong, Adrian, but sometimes even when they give a name to a flavor, it's not necessarily replicating a flavor really closely, and it's more or less just coming across as a sweet tobacco flavor. And that's what the Tropical Paradise to me tasted like.
I think that happens a lot of the time, to be honest with you, especially in dark leaf flavors. But across the line, I find that sometimes the names of tobaccos don't accurately represent the flavor that you get from it.
Now, J-Rock says that he is too chicken shit to try leaf tobacco, and then he corrects himself by saying dark leaf tobacco. I think if you want to get into dark leaf tobacco, Trifecta is a really good place to look because they're not too crazy on the buzz or the nicotine hit. To me personally, I've been smoking a little bit longer, so that could be why. I'm wearing a Tangier shirt, for instance, and Tangiers doesn't give me a huge buzz anymore even. The Azure dark leaf tobacco, I thought too, was not a very aggressive tobacco as well. What did you think?
I agree and disagree. First of all, I think you should just jump straight into Tangier's Burley if you're new to dark leaf. You know what I'm saying? Just kill yourself.
You're gonna be dead. You're gonna be dead.
No, to answer your question, Matt, first, the dark leaf from Azure, I don't find it to have any head buzz really unless you don't eat, which I do a lot when I'm cutting reviews, which is a problem. So stay hydrated and eat when you're smoking, especially when it comes to dark leaves.
Stay hydrated, my friends.
I do find that the dark leaf from Azure does have a bit of a throat kick, and I think that's just the property of the tobacco itself. I'm not getting a head buzz, and it doesn't taste burnt. It definitely tickles the back of your throat, though. But for stuff like Tangiers, the Norline will still buzz me. Like, for instance, right now I've got a decent buzz going. And if you are new to dark leaf, that was a joke. Don't touch Tangier's Burley if you're brand new to dark leaf. It will knock you on your ass.
Yes, it will knock you down a notch. You'll remember that you are a mere man. You're a mere mortal, and Tangiers is the Lord and Savior, basically.
But yes, Trifecta Dark Leaf is a great place to start your dark leaf adventures. Also, Starbuzz Vintage is another really good place to go if you want to try out some new dark leaves that won't necessarily knock you on your ass right from the get-go.
And they have very good flavors. Chocolate orange is my standout flavor from Starbuzz Vintage. If you have not tried chocolate orange, literally tastes like those chocolate sticks that have the orange jelly inside the middle of it. Oh my gosh, to die for. I love the chocolate orange. It was really good. The tiramisu, it was good, but it just wasn't tiramisu. It was a lie. I've made homemade tiramisu. I've bought an expensive tiramisu. Like, that was not tiramisu. It was mocha coffee flavor, basically.
It was Morning Glory is what it was.
Is that what Morning? I haven't tried Morning Glory, so I don't know.
Morning Glory is a creamed coffee with some mocha. That's exactly what the tiramisu came across as to me.
Huh. Well, that's good to know, because now I can say that I tried it. No, I'm just kidding. Moving on to our topic of the show when it comes to Azure, let's move on to Blonde versus Dark. I think that we both are in agreement when we say that Blonde is the way to go.
Worse than the Dark. Oh, yeah. Blonde's better.
Yes, Blonde. I thought the Blonde performed better. Flavors were stronger, lasted longer, and way less heat temperamental as well.
Yeah, absolutely. The Blonde line just performs really, really well. Like, don't even compare it to anything. The Blonde line just performs very, very well. It takes heat really well. The flavor profiles are outstanding. They smell great. They last for a good long time. That's not to say that there's anything wrong with the Dark line, but since all the flavors are mirrored, I find myself wanting to smoke the Blonde line more than I want to smoke the Dark line.
You can do it, J Rock. I believe in you. You can withstand Tangiers. Watch my packing video and Adrian's packing videos, and we will walk you through it. I promise. Especially if you get some of their stellar flavors like Static Starlight, Pink Grapefruit, Horchata, the Guava, or Summer Solstice. Man, there's so many. White Grape is delicious as well. But I know that we can help you with this, my friend. I know we can. Akeem says that his very first dark leaf was from Ugly Hookah. And Ugly, though they are not a dark leaf tobacco, they are definitely a high nicotine tobacco. So that's kind of interesting because they are a blonde leaf, and you can pack it very similar to a blonde leaf, but they are a buzzy tobacco. You've had a good share of Ugly. What's your thoughts?
Very buzzy, really throat hideous on their citrus flavors especially. Flavor profile is great. Unfortunately, I find that they need too much heat. I was recently speaking to Jim Zaida, the owner and the guy who makes all of the Ugly tobacco. And he is actually reworking some of his mixes right now to be a little more heat temperamental, because sometimes I throw 3 cubes in a bowl of Ugly and cannot get it up to the temperature I want it at. So he's actually reworking it as we speak.
That's cool to hear. Jim is such a good guy, easy to talk to, obviously. Eric says that you can make Tangiers enjoyable when you're first starting. Just underpack it like crazy, like half the height of the bowl, and then slowly go higher and higher. Now, I've never gone much of an underpack with Tangiers. I imagine that would help a little bit, but then the amount of heat that you would need to use to smoke it, I would worry would cause you to cook it at too high of a rate. I don't know. I've never tried it. Have you tried much of an underpack with Tangiers before?
When I first started smoking Tangiers, I underpacked it quite a bit. I find that it does back off some of that throat hit, and it delays the head buzz, but you're still going to get a bit of a buzz a little bit later on in the session. But you can start out with that, but once you know how Tangiers are going to smoke and you know what to expect from a bowl of Tangiers, you can start pretty much packing it flush with the rim of the bowl, and it's going to be awesome. Once you know how to pack Tangiers, it doesn't really burn. And a lot of people get wigged out about packing Tangiers because everyone talks all this crap about how hard
it sound intimidating.
Yeah, but it's not. It's really like, I don't know if any of you guys follow like Arby. There's this big thing going on like a few months ago about the Arby Palmer, and you basically just fluff it to above the rim, and you take your hand, and that's how I pack this bowl. You smack it down to rim level, like literally you smack the bowl, and
like it owes you money.
Tangiers, and it always turns out great.
Yeah, I remember the very first time that I ever got Tangiers, and I thought it was garbage. I did not like Tangiers at all, and I thought it was terrible. And then I got Guava, and after I learned how to pack it and I smoked Guava, I was like, this is the best tobacco you can buy.
Yeah,
so good.
Tangiers is if you're an enthusiast, after you've been smoking hookah long enough, if you like dark leaves, not everyone comes into dark leaves. Some people can go their entire smoking career and only smoke blondes, and that's fine because it's all based on what you enjoy as a hookah smoker.
No, you only smoke the best, and you're wrong if you don't smoke it. I'm just
you're objectively wrong. But a lot of enthusiasts do find their way to Tangiers, and it's kind of hard to come back. If I wasn't a reviewer, I've said this to Matt in private chats before, but if I wasn't a reviewer, I'd probably almost exclusively smoke Tangiers just because of the experience.
Yeah, I did a ton of Tangiers reviews. Me and Frank, the guy that he does a lot of stuff with Tangiers. He works with them and for them. And me and him, we go way, way back. I'm hoping to get him on the show actually, because I'd love to have some conversations about some old school stuff. But I was working with him, and he was sending me some stuff for review. So I was doing a ton of Tangiers reviews every month, and it was so pleasant. I was so happy the whole time. I was happy.
Yes. It's really important. That's good that you got that, because it's important to remember that Tangiers is a premium hookah tobacco. It'll run you $20 for a 250, and you'll go through it pretty fast because of how densely you pack it down. So keep that in mind.
Get a small bowl.
Yeah, exactly. The fudge bowl, perfect. 20 grams, dense pack. It's awesome.
Bambino is really good for it. I'd love to, I don't have any. I have one Tangiers that I still have that I need to go and smoke some more of, the passion fruit, which I used to smoke passion fruit all the time, and then I smoked too much of it, and now it almost turns my stomach, even though I love it and I enjoy it. But sometimes like I smell it at like the right angle, like if I hold it like this basically, and then it's like, oh man, that's dense basically.
Yeah,
so.
I don't have this problem yet, but I think that, and come back to me in 3 months, I'm going to be saying the same thing about cashmere peach.
Cashmere
Such
peach.
a good flavor.
Cashmere in general.
Yes.
you will learn that you do or don't like it very quickly, because
Yep.
it is a flavor of power. Do not, I'll say it right here, don't get cashmere by itself unless you are your only intention is to make Tangier guava, Tangier strawberry, Tangier whatever. Don't get Tangier guava, or cashmere by itself, because it was not enjoyable to smoke on its own for me. I had to mix it.
I loved
Really?
it so much. Yeah.
Ooh.
I see you and I are different. You have a sweet tooth when it comes to smoking, but I want to get as close to who was talking about DMZ. Was that J-Rock?
Yeah.
But Cheyenne from over at DMZ, I'm like him. I like to get my bowl up to a high temperature, and I like to get tobacco notes up the wazoo. So stuff like cashmere, which is just so hard to explain the flavor profile. It's deep, it's earthy, it's almost floral, but it's super strong. Yeah,
Super strong.
I love it, and I wouldn't recommend it.
I see, exactly. J-Rock, so we have a couple questions we're going to go and hit on real quick. Sid actually says, do you guys ever mix dark and blonde? If so, how? And she's referring to packing wise. Now, I do mix dark and blonde pretty often, depending on what I'm smoking. For instance, I love the double dark mint from Lavu, and it's a dark leaf tobacco. It is a weird dark leaf tobacco because you don't pack it densely. You actually pack it fluffily.
Yep.
And
super weird, but it works.
It's the best way to pack it. And I will mix that with a ton of stuff. Like I still have a little bit of this pina colada left, for instance. The next time I smoke pina colada, I will mix in double dark mint for sure with this. And let's go over how you like to pack it. Now, depending on what it is, normally I'll just go semi-dense. So I'll break it in the middle. Instead of doing a dense pack for the dark leaf and a fluff pack for the blonde, I'll just do semi-dense. And that usually works out good enough. I might make some alterations, like if I'm doing more blonde, then I'll do a little bit more fluff. And if I do more dark leaf, then I'll do a little bit more dense. What about you, Adrian?
Well, I do want to touch on what Tristan just said, because he said the Alchemist Stout, dark leaf for life. I was actually just about to say Alchemist Stone Mint is something you can mix with pretty much any blonde, and I do exactly that. Especially a Fokker Double Apple with some Stone Mint is an outstanding mix, and I just pack it like I pack Stone, just at a semi-dense. It works just fine. But as far as cross-branding more polarized brands, like, say, Tangiers you can pack with Haze, and I don't even think you have to adjust the pack. You can just pack it like you pack Tangiers. Haze tends to be pretty... It's pretty happy to be packed however you like it. Yeah, it's a very good brand. It's a very good brand for beginners and advanced smokers. It really doesn't matter. It's just outstanding.
And then,
but typically, I pack it. I portion it in the bowl, dump the bowl, mix it, repack it to however I want to pack it. If I'm doing something like maybe Trifecta Dark with something a little bit lighter, let's say El Ryan even, I just do kind of a normal pack, maybe closer to a semi-dense, but I never pack it quite as densely as I would pack the dark leaf itself because of the heat temperament of the blonde leaf. But you can also do some
mentioned on the show.
Yeah. And you can also do some really weird stuff like layer packs. I think we could do an entire episode on how to do different packs. You could layer pack as well. Like pack a portion of Tangier's cane on the bottom of your bowl and then pack on top of it another flavor and get a transmorphative session. That's always awesome too.
Those are always fun. Let's see. And then J-Rock says, what about the 80 feet 80 bowl? Now, I have an 80 feet bowl. I don't use it anymore. It's been retired, basically. I basically use my Bambino bowl in any sense that I would use my 80 feet bowl personally. I used to really use it a ton, especially for like Tangiers and stuff like that. But I've never tried the 80 feet 80. It looks like it's a much skinnier or shallower version of the 80 feet bowl, maybe closer to something like the Bambino bowl. I don't know. Do you have any experience with the 80 feet 80, Adrian?
Yeah, it's probably the best Hookah John bowl for Tangiers. I find the 80 feet bowl to be a little bit too deep. I find myself wasting Tangiers because you can smoke the 80 feet bowl for 3 hours smoking Tangiers, but I don't have time to sit down and smoke for 3 hours ever. So that never works out. The 80 feet bowl is great. The 80 feet 80 is better for dark leaves like Tangiers. I tend to stray away from it when I'm packing blonde leaves because if I'm doing like a fluff or a normal pack, I like a little bit of depth in my bowl so I can get a fuller flavor profile. I think that's where the 80 feet can edge out the Bambino when you're smoking blonde.
Eric says that he actually got the incandescent bowl after Adrian's review, and that's all that he uses for Tangiers now, and he loves it. Now, is that a
stellar bowl?
Is that a deep bowl? Is it how much are we packing in that?
I don't want to get up and get it. I'm staring at it right now, though. It is. You know what? I don't know if you've seen it. Talk for like 2 seconds.
Okay. So also, Gus says Detroit, and I'll make sure that Adrian knows when you get back as well. The 80 feet bowl, like I was saying, is a good bowl for Tangiers when you're first starting out, but because there's so much else on the market, Tristan, for instance, he said that he uses the, and I hope Adrian can hear me, but he says that he uses Mason bowl and mini rook for life. I don't have a mini rook, but Mason bowl for Tangiers and other stuff is great because it's actually a really shallow bowl and you don't have to use too much tobacco with it. So it makes it really, really good. But now, Adrian.
Absolutely. Yeah, the mini, I'm swimming on a fudge bowl right now, which is Liberty's mini rook. It's an awesome bowl. But the Tangiers Iridescence Bowl, which is probably one of my favorite Tangiers bowls. Unfortunately, I don't have a Super Chief, but a lot of people think of this as the Super Chief 2.0. It actually doesn't have a lot of width as far as where you can pack your tobacco because the spire is gargantuan. It takes up probably 50% of the interior of the bowl, but it's very deep. Like you can see how that curves right there. It pretty much goes all the way down. And I think that Tangiers likes depth more than it likes width, making this an outstanding bowl for Tangiers. Plus, the way the spire is recessed from the rim of the bowl, when you palm it, you get a really nice curve from the rim down to the spire, and you can get like super awesome 2-3 hour Tangier sessions out of this bad boy.
Oh my gosh, J-Rock, I'm going to laugh about this. J-Rock says, Pipe Dream, I know you're going to laugh at this, but I still use my flying saucer bowl.
I mean, I am laughing, but I think that's fine. I bet I don't have one, but the foiling looks super weird because the foil kind of juts out at the top, and that makes me feel terrified for my carpet.
It is a risen vortex bowl is what the flying saucer bowl is. Now, I'm going to say that my favorite bowl for Tangiers, even though I haven't used it in a long time, is Alien. The Alien Gen 1. I don't know about any of the other gens. Don't have them. Don't want to mess with them. My Alien Gen 1 bowl is by far my favorite bowl for a hour session of Tangiers. It is so good.
I've got the Gen 3, and it's the same thing. Unfortunately, the Gen 3 adds a little bit of depth that I don't want it to because I use my Alien bowl exclusively for short Tangier sessions. But yeah, that's just a great bowl for Tangiers if you're only smoking for a little bit.
Gus says Detroit. I don't know what he means by, well, he actually says he's Detroit. I don't know what he means by that.
I'm in Detroit, basically.
Oh,
I'm like 2 miles from Detroit. What's up? Are you from Michigan? Maybe we should meet up and smoke, dude.
I think I've seen him comment on your video before. Maybe the one about the Hookah Lounge one. He may have said something about it. Yeah. Yes, Flying Saucer Bowl, weird ass bowl. Go look it up because you will be laughing if you see it. I do, J-Rock. I want to see pictures of you smoking with that because I don't believe anybody uses that bowl. You can't make me believe that. No.
Now I know we're going off a little bit, but I definitely want to touch base one more time with Azure and get your opinions. But what is overall match it up against everything else on the market? Match it up against itself. Would you recommend Azure as a brand of tobacco to purchase and smoke on a regular basis?
Yeah, I think I would. I think that trying lemongrass, winter rose, and blue melon, like to me, there are 3 flavors that you can get that I personally can't find other variations of those flavors, right? Like you can look at other flavors and be like, oh, I like smoking a cantaloupe, right? And you can go get a cantaloupe from this brand, but this brand is obviously standing out, but you can get multiple versions of that. When it comes to, for me, like the winter rose, when it comes to the lemongrass, when it came to even the blue melon, which is very blue misk-esque or whatever, those are 3 flavors that I think stand out as being very, very good as for the flavor profiles of Azure. So I think that it is the value. The value is in the fact that you can get flavors you can't get anywhere else, and the price is not crazy. The price is not outrageous. So I think that it's definitely a good value and something. Here's the thing: is 2018 is here, Adrian. I don't know if you know that or not yet. Did you? We're in 2018 right now.
I just looked at my calendar, and it turns out you're right.
I thought I might be. And if you're looking for some new stuff to try in this year, I don't know how you could go wrong with trying some stuff from Azure. That is how I'm feeling as of right now. I want to try more. I want to buy more. I want to get the other flavors. You know, the first time I tried Atalaya, for instance, I tried one flavor. I was like, this is pretty good. I'm going to go get some more flavors, right? And I tried some other flavors from Azure, and then I kind of realized, you know what? I don't know if I really like these flavors all that much, and I haven't really touched on them anymore as of now. That's not how I'm feeling towards Azure. Azure, I'm wanting to try more and more of their flavor profiles.
If you guys like peach flavors, I'm talking to you too, Matt. Get the Carolina Peach in a 250 in the blonde line. It is my favorite peach, and I'm going to be purchasing some more for recreational use, as well as a full review I think I'm going to do on that as well.
Gus says that he's the Michigan Hookahs lovers admin, and he wouldn't mind hanging out someday. So I'm assuming you are also on Twitter, Gus. Maybe that's you that I'm thinking of that shares all of the awesome videos on Twitter. And if you are, thank you for always sharing my videos, Adrian's videos, and all sorts of other good stuff.
If you're the guy that's doing that, thank you. That's awesome. Because there's a guy that's been sharing my Azure series stuff on Twitter. I'm like, this is sweet. Thank you. I appreciate that a lot.
Okay, J-Rock. He says, how about this? Does anybody have the first gen of the Vortex Bowl? And I do. I have 2 first gen Vortex Bowls right now. And he says he's going to post a picture, believe, in color. I have it. It's dirty money. So I'm going to show my age right now. And J-Rock, you can join me on this. I'm going to throw out a term, and I'm going to see if you know what I'm talking about. Okay, Adrian? Have you ever heard of the Scully mod?
What?
The Scully mod.
What are you saying right now? I don't know.
Scully mod.
I don't know what that means.
All right, I'm gonna give J-Rock a second because I think he's gonna know what this is, and I want to hear what he has to say about it. But J-Rock, let me know, brother. Do you know what the Scully mod is? Because if you do, we're showing our age right now. We really legitimately are. And Gus did say, "Yep, that is him." So thank you so much for always doing a great job on Twitter, man. We appreciate that. Seeing my videos get shared is always uplifting, and it makes me happy that other people are enjoying the content that I'm putting out. So I appreciate that a ton.
Yeah, dude, let's smoke soon for sure. I got a group of people that likes to go lounging and stuff, and I got a few lounges that'll let you bring in your own hookahs, so that'd be really fun. But tell me about the Scully mod. What are you talking about?
We got to give J-Rock just another minute. J-Rock, you got to tell me, do you know what it is? And if you don't remember what it is, that's fine too. I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing it right. Scully mod is what I always said in my head, at least. It has to do with the Vortex Bowl. That's what I'll tell you right now. Now, you have a Vortex Bowl, correct?
I split the top of it off. I was a fan of that bowl for Starbuzz Blonde, though.
Yeah, a nice fluff pack. You can sprinkle it in there. You get a good amount in there. Nice, long, flavorful sessions, for sure. Vortex was always really good for that. Now, oh no, so I correct myself. The Scully mod was not for the Vortex. It was actually for the old school funnels. Do you ever see like the Chinese funnel bowls that were like really big and thick and really crappy on like the base? And hollow, yes. Hollow.
I have one, and I gifted it to a friend who started smoking hookah. It got me into funnel bowls, and it kind of helped me discover why funnel bowls are great and how they smoke the way that they smoke. But
you made
do you know what it is? I don't. And now I'm showing my age. I'm a newer hookah smoker.
Oh, Sid, you have made my night. And Gus is right. Scully mod. J-Rock, I'm going to give you just another second. And until I talk about it, wear some glass too. Yes, but that was later. That was something different. Because, okay, we'll get into it in a second. But before now, we have 9 people in the room. It shows. Yes, J-Rock knows what it is. Oh, you've made me so happy right now. You have no idea.
Oh, no.
Okay, so first and foremost, if you are not already entered into the Supreme Cocoa giveaway, we're going to be running it for another week. Go to the first video when you're done watching this. I'll have the link in the description below soon. But you can enter there. It's real simple. You just follow the directions, and you can enter to win yourself a box of the Superior Coconut Coals.
Coconut coconut.
I feel like I had a small stroke right there, but
aneurysm.
Yes. Okay. So let's talk about the Scully mod. I wish I had okay. So this is what you do. This is so terrible. Nobody should ever try doing this again. What you do is you get a teapot candle. You remember the really small teapot candles that are only like that big?
Yeah.
Okay. So what you do is you take out the candle inside of it, and then you cut at an angle so that you almost make like a vortex shape to it. So you cut like every little bit of around it, cut right there, and then you 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 cut right there, so that you have these indents inside of it. And then you take that and you put it inside of the funnel bowl, and then you load the tobacco around it. So you basically create your own vortex bowl using a funnel bowl.
Why?
It was a terrible idea. It was a terrible idea, and the worst part is no matter how hard you tried to clean that candle out of there, you always tasted candle. It was a terrible idea. I can't believe I even did it when I did it. But yeah, that was a thing. That was a thing that people did back in the day.
Oh man, that sounds just horrific.
I want to know how long some of you guys have been smoking hookah for. J-Rock, I'm assuming 10 years, maybe, because that's how long I've been smoking for, and that's about what I remember from when I first started. Sid, same thing. Have you been smoking for about 10 years? Gus, how about you? I want to know, how long have you guys been smoking hookah for? Because this was a part of the hookah world for a good little while. Because we didn't have good quality bowls back in the day. We didn't have these really nice mason bowls and fudge bowls and bambino bowls. We just had either you got a Tangiers funnel or you got the crappy Chinese mod funnel bowl. That's what it came down to. So I want to know how long some of these people have been smoking hookah for, because I think we're about towards the end of the show. Thank you guys, obviously, so much for watching and being a part of this. This was honestly one of the best shows that we've had. I think we thank you guys in the chat. Tristan says 7 to 8 months. You lucky son of a gun, because you already have a mason bowl. There are people that have been smoking for years, Adrian, who do not have a mason bowl yet. Akeem says he's been smoking for 2 years. Very nice, very nice. Lucky that you got to taste all these wonderful new tobaccos and didn't deal with the crap that we had. Gus says roughly 9 years now. So that's about what I thought, 9-10 years. But yeah, thank you guys, like I said, for watching. Make sure to join that No, you're back. You were gone.
You were gone. Maybe were we both gone?
I hope neither one of us was, but I don't know.
I bet if we were both here, then they just heard a lot of talking at the same time.
Maybe. I don't know. Sid says 8 years, but started getting deeply into it for about 5 years ago. He says we were both gone for a second. We were both gone, actually.
Okay, good.
Or not. Yeah, it makes me feel better that we were both gone instead of only one of us being gone.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, 5 years ago, I would say was the start of Falls and the start of Arise. The problems continue. I hope that he's just meaning it in the sense that that's what we're known for, is our technical problems. Maybe. I don't know.
I would imagine so.
I thought you were gone for a second. I got scared.
No,
okay.
No. Chat.
All right. So thank you guys so much for joining and being a part of this episode number 2 of season 1. We have so much more fun going on. J-Rock says he's been smoking since 2006. First time I had my experience was in Las Vegas. 2007 or 8 was my first time. So 10 years, roughly 11 right now, basically. Yeah, it's been a real fun adventure to see everything. And J-Rock, I think you'll be right there with me when we say, and also Sid, even Eric at this point too, and Gus as well. The things that we have seen and struggled through, and now the stuff that we have at our disposal today is awesome. We have nothing but the best of the best in front of us, which is so cool. And even with saying that, I still think Azure is worth trying, especially the Blonde Leaf. Dark Leaf, give it a little while longer. Blonde Leaf, go and get yourself some, I would say.
All right, 10 out of 10 agree with that statement. I like the Dark Leaf. I'm going to happily smoke through my samples, but I don't think I could invest the money into 250s of the Dark Leaf when I know that there is a Blonde Leaf of the same flavor that's going to outperform it at least 2 to 1.
I think starting from right now, everybody that was in this episode, so I'm going to go ahead and name everybody off real quick. J-Rock, Tristan, Eric, Sid, Akeem, obviously. This is Akeem. Don't worry. We know each other. We know. Let's see. So Akeem, Tristan, Sid, J-Rock, Gus, Eric, obviously. You guys are all super fans. You are a part of the super fan club of the AM Hookah podcast. We're going to come up with a cute nickname for you guys, like Believers, only it's going to be more like Adrianers, maybe. Oh, I like that one.
Don't do that. No Adrianers.
It might stick. It might. we got to give it time. We got to give it time. Yes, you guys are all super fans. Thank you guys so much for joining us for this episode. We're going to have so much more fun. Next episode, we actually have a guest, Adrian, who is going to be joining us next week.
I wish I had my HMD next to me, but it's in the kitchen. But it's going to be Ronald Farah of the Phoenix HMD is coming on to do an interview with us next week.
And if you have not already seen it, I'm assuming the super fans have, but if you have not already seen it, please go and check out our last episode where we interviewed Tam from #Superior Coco Coconut Coals. But yes, that's going to do it for us tonight, obviously. Thank you so much for joining us for the AM Hookah podcast. As always, you can find me on Twitter at only Matt Desend. You can find me on Facebook on all the different hookah groups as well. I would appreciate it if you followed me on Twitter. I love talking hookah on Twitter. On Twitter, I talk about Nintendo. I talk about the Tennessee Titans, though that's going to die down for the offseason probably. And then I love to talk about hookah, but I don't have a lot of people to talk about hookah with. So please join me on Twitter. Talk to me about it. Tristan says that he has my Phoenix. His Phoenix is on pre-order right now. I will not have the Phoenix by the time we interview Ron, but you will. So we're going to have a lot of good content to be able to talk to him about. So that's going to be super exciting.
And I like it. I have it, and I actually used it in the first impressions for the Carolina Peach. So
enjoyed that.
Big time.
And where can we find you, Adrian?
Oh, well, you can find me on Facebook as Adrian Hunter. I'm on most of the groups. I actually mod over on THL. And you can also find me on the Hookah Lounge, for those of you who aren't already on it. And you can also find me over on Twitter and Instagram as _Pipe Dream. And I do mostly Twitter. I just share my own stuff and the AM Hookah podcast stuff. And then on Instagram, I post all these cute pictures of what I'm smoking and stuff.
Adorable.
Yeah.
I don't do Reddit. Do you do Reddit?
I have recently started doing Reddit. I think the person, Wade on a Hookah, he's like the big time Reddit hookah guy, but I have recently started to get into the Reddit hookah scene, our hookah.
Yes. And J-Rock, for the final touch from him, he says, we all started from the bottom. And that is the truth. I'm going to share a video. On this one to show some old school stuff. I think it'll be some fun. They're old videos that I don't have even on my channel anymore. I don't think so. Maybe I'll repost them here for fun. It'll be some good content for the channel. But until next time, guys, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it so much. And to the super fans, to the regular fans, to everybody watching and watching later and listening as well. I'm trying to get our podcast better on the audio version. Hopefully soon I'll have an announcement. I'm hoping soon I'll have some stuff figured out for that. But until now, you can find us on podomatic.com/AM Hookah, I think is what it's called. Just do a search on there probably. But hey, thank you guys so much for watching, listening, and being a part of the show. Until next time, keep on smoking.
See you guys next week. Happy smoking, everybody.